Total chaos continues to break out across the United States as Donald Trump's regime uses ICE as a militarized force to disappear migrants, as well as citizens who are racially profiled, who they suspect are migrants, off the street. Human beings are being ripped out of their homes. They're being ripped out of Home Depot parking lots. They're being ripped out of factories. They're being thrown into concentration camps like Alligator Alcatraz or the Chrome facility in Miami. People are being ripped out of restaurants. People are being taken off the streets if they look a certain way. The militarized ICE forces are raiding swap meets, which are frequented by families, and they are just grabbing people and shouting commands at people and throwing people in vans. It is pure terror on the streets in many areas in the United States right now. Let me show you what went down as ICE was raiding a home of a family that it suspected were migrants. The family didn't want to let ICE in, so ICE brings a gun and they start just banging through the door. This is what's happening in our communities here in the United States. Here, play this clip.
Whoa! Get over there!
Now also family members and Chrome detainees and Chrome employees are calling 911 because of the health of detainees at one of these facilities for migrants. I call them concentration camps because that's what they are. Let me just show you what's going down, and hat tip to Susie Rizzio for posting first. Play this clip.
He has been sick for the past 2 weeks, and now he's been coughing blood. He says that he cannot breathe. He's in a lot of pain, especially in the joint.
Okay, ma'am, hold on a moment.
He barely has
Ma'am, hold on a moment. He's at the Chrome Detention Center?
Yes.
Okay, why didn't he call the nurse to order it for him? We don't order it. They need
They
to give
told
us
him that they are not going to call nobody and that they're not going to do anything. They told him like 3 hours ago they were going to call an ambulance in an hour. Then they changed shifts, and then this new person for the new shift, they told him that he's not going to call nobody.
And that call continues with that loved one saying that he feels like he's going to faint, that he can't breathe, and that he is coughing blood. And those are symptoms some of the other callers share, as well as psychosis and detainees being in a catatonic state. And all of these 911 calls are not just from loved ones of detainees, but also from employees inside of the detention center. We did reach out to Chrome Detention Center for comment, but we are still awaiting to hear back.
Now, one of the really horrific signs that we're seeing here in Los Angeles is that there are a lot of pets who are losing their family members, their owners, and these pets, they're not strays. They're roaming the streets right now because their families have been evicted. I want you to watch this report from NBC here in Los Angeles. Let's play it.
It was only a matter of time before this started happening. Beloved family pets ending up here at city and county animal shelters. Why? Because the families were deported. The first thing we noticed when Carson animal control officers brought out Bruce the Labrador Retriever mix and Coco the Pug Beagle is that they're a lot quieter than their kennel mates. Both only 2 years old with sweet personalities that suggest this is all new and terrible for them. But they have no choice.
It's very heartbreaking.
And maybe in their own way, they're wondering what happened, says Sergeant Julie Villegas.
They're both very nice, lovable, adoptable pets, but we're here to offer them support and the care that they need.
Bruce and Coco's families have been ordered to leave the country immediately. Federal officers carrying out enforcement actions on them, or sometimes those families self-deporting before the dreaded knock on the door. For a variety of reasons, their dogs simply couldn't go with them. Sergeant Villegas says the children sometimes come here to the shelter for the painful goodbye.
Well, it's a very emotional time. Families are crying and they're having a really hard time letting go.
Letting go of animals they raised from puppyhood or kittenhood, a bond only a pet lover could know.
They're in the general population area.
So now they're here with all the other animals at Carson Animal Care Center and other shelters throughout Southern California, left behind staring at strangers from their steel cages, wondering what happened to the humans they love. The good news is that these animals are available for adoption or fostering in shelters everywhere now. Immigrant deportation now a part of their life stories, as they wait for new forever homes. So all you have to do is ask. All of these animals have bios on them that may include a deported family.
Let me show you what's going down as well. And you'll see here, one of the ICE officials draws his gun in this video. And here, a good Samaritan who's watching ICE terrorize communities. He was following one of the ICE vehicles to see what the ICE vehicles were doing. And he was trying to warn people in the community, kind of like what you saw in the first video. Hey, be careful. ICE is coming. ICE is coming. So then ICE acts like they're a police, like they're the police. They pull over the guy. You're like, open up your window. And this guy's like, I'm not opening my window. Here, play this clip.
No. 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 Nope. Nope. No. Nope. I'm not getting out of the car. Not getting out of the car, and I'm not opening the window.
You've been following us this whole time?
I sure have. Yeah, because you tried to kidnap some people in my neighborhood. I'm not opening the car. Don't break my window, dude. You don't want to.
Is there a problem? Why are you following us?
I don't want you to kidnap my neighbors, man.
Enforcement.
I don't want you to kidnap my neighbors.
There's a reason why you're following us.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep you from kidnapping my neighbors. I want to warn them if you show up. What's up, guys?
Is there a reason why you're following us?
I'm trying to see where you're going if you're kidnapping my neighbors.
Go ahead and leave.
Go ahead and leave, huh?
Leave.
Why?
Leave. You're blocking traffic. Leave.
I'm blocking traffic?
Leave. Okay. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Hey.
What? No.
Roll down your window.
Can you call these guys off?
I'm not ICE.
Can you call these guys off? I'm afraid of these guys.
I'm not ICE.
I get it.
Okay, listen, I'm not ICE. I'm Federal Protective Service.
Okay.
I'm a peace officer in the state of California.
Okay.
Can you roll down your window?
It's down as neat. I can hear you. You can hear me.
What's going on?
I followed these guys out of my neighborhood because they tried to abduct people without showing any identification. And then they pulled me over here and started drawing guns at me.
Okay.
I followed them at a very safe distance. I was not intimidating them whatsoever.
Okay, so, yeah, just stay out of their operations, all right?
I did not interfere with inner operations.
Don't block traffic, okay?
I'm trying not to block traffic. They're the ones who stopped me.
Okay.
Thank you for diffusing this. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
sorry, no, I just pulled in here.
And let me show you here where Marines attack anti-ICE protesters at the Metropolitan Federal Detention Center in downtown Los Angeles. I want you to take a look at this because we shouldn't forget that Donald Trump federalized the National Guards and they put the United States Marines into Los Angeles. And they're just basically standing around federal buildings and harassing people in the community. This is what the Marines, this is the mission that they're running. Basically going to war with people of Los Angeles. Here, play this clip.
You will be arrested. You will be arrested. Get back. You're all get back.
What are you detaining?
Now, one of the things that they don't want people to see is what I'm about to show you. Children who are handcuffed, chained, and shackled being moved out of the Los Angeles federal buildings. And where are they being moved to? Here, play this clip.
Fucking Nazis! We can hear you, kids! Fuck you, nice fucking Nazis!
Children will fight for you till our dying breath. Children will never be forgotten. We're here for you, kids.
And one of the things that we've learned about those raids on the farms that took place yesterday, a lot of kids were kidnapped by ICE and Donald Trump's militarized forces, his Gestapo, in Ventura County, in Santa Barbara County, in Fresno County, in Riverside County, in Los Angeles County. Here's the report from local CBS News. Let's play it.
Welcome back. We've got some new details for you about last week's immigration raids at a California cannabis farm. Now, we watched as demonstrators clashed with Border Patrol agents. The Department of Homeland Security now says it detained more than 350 people, including some children. Joining me now is immigration attorney Hector Quiroga of the Quiroga Law Office. Hector, you know, the fact that farm workers appear to have been targeted, and this is after Donald Trump went back and forth over if they would be part of his immigration enforcement priority. What does it tell us about who's at risk and what comes next?
Well, the community at large seems to be extremely alarmed. There's federal lawsuits being filed on this for many different reasons, one of them being the ability to have a searches without really the proper orders and looking into this, especially when we have one policy saying they're not going to target precisely farms, and then the reverse of that policy apparently to precisely do that. And so the state of California seems to be responding with a lot of lawsuits and violations of constitutional law and due process, but the effect on the communities is still being felt very much. Lots of fear all around the country, especially in these areas.
One of the other horrific stories that we've been learning about as well, this from CBS News Los Angeles, how this male ICE agent assaulted a woman inside a restaurant's woman's bathroom, armed with his government-issued handgun, then violently resisted arrest after Long Beach police arrived at the scene, injuring at least one of the police officers. This guy, Isaiah Hodgson, was released after pleading not guilty to 6 felony and misdemeanor charges while off duty, including assault, resisting arrest, battery on a peace officer, and carrying a concealed firearm. It just so happens he was also the agent who brutally arrested a U.S. citizen last month during a widely publicized ICE raid at a Walmart in Pico Rivera, California. Here, watch this.
The agent is accused of being in a women's restroom inside of the Yard House and allegedly pulling out his CBP-issued service weapon inside of that restaurant. Concerned people in there got a manager involved who called 911. According to the Long Beach Police Department and audio that I have listened to, Long Beach police officers arrived after the suspect had left the restaurant and was outside near the patio area. Long Beach police officers attempted to get him to surrender to them. He refused, according to police, and a physical altercation ensued, to the point where police officers had to tase him to be able to finally take him into custody. I want to show you a photo obtained by a source close to known to the investigation here. This is the suspect that we're talking about. This is the Customs and Border Patrol agent. This man now facing several felony charges, including carrying a concealed weapon, battery on a police officer, resisting arrest. The DA's office accuses him of being intoxicated at the time of this ordeal. If this face looks familiar to you, it did to us as well. This person we now know is involved in a Pico Rivera arrest. I showed this mugshot to 20-year-old Adrian, who was arrested in a Walmart parking lot back in June 17th. We'll show you that video. That arrest caught on camera here. There you see that same agent tussling with Adrian Martinez in the Walmart parking lot after federal agents say he tried to get involved and stop an immigration arrest. Originally, U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley accused Adrian of punching a Border Patrol agent. Here you see the photo after the suspect, now in custody or now arrested and charged, sunglasses fell off. This is Adrian Adrian and his attorney giving a press conference after this whole ordeal went down. Adrian's charges were then reduced from punching a Border Patrol agent to conspiring to impede Border Patrol operations.
Let me show you the raid in Pico Rivera also, where Isaiah Hodgson attacked the individual. Here, play this clip.
A tense confrontation between Border Patrol agents and a 20-year-old man in Pico Rivera. Adrian Andrew Martinez was on a lunch break working at the nearby Walmart when video shows him standing up to agents who appeared infuriated. Backup arrives and armed agents swarm Adrian, taking him down. His family told KTLA that Adrian was detained after he intervened, allegedly assaulting an agent who was questioning someone else at the shopping center.
They tried to take the janitor or something. That's what I heard. But I heard that he tried defending the janitor they tried taking.
His friend, who did not want to be identified, says he's a U.S. citizen. Soon after, protesters took to the streets, marching from City Hall to the intersection of Washington and Rosemead, demanding ICE out of Pico Rivera.
This is not the country that we live in. This is not what we represent. And we're desperate. They're pushing us to the edge, and we're trying to keep everybody safe and peaceful.
The Trump administration says its, quote, lawful raids will continue throughout greater LA as it ramps up deportations in blue cities, and that agents are targeting criminals.
That's not true. They're getting everybody. They're singly targeting people that are at car washes, that are working, that are selling flowers, that are selling ice creams, etc. It's not just criminals.
Residents in this working class Hispanic community say they will resist the ongoing ICE raids.
We were granted a very special opportunity from our parents, right? My family is immigrants, and stripping other kids from that just feels immorally wrong.
And I just got off the phone with Adrian's mother. She tells me that she has yet to hear from her son at all. She knows that he's in federal custody, but at this hour, she doesn't know where he's being detained.
Share with you this story. Local news coverage. A MAGA dad has changed his mind about supporting Trump after he was denied entry to the U.S. and treated like a criminal by ICE. This is Chris Landry, said he blames the sudden change in his legal status squarely on Trump, the man he supported for president. Asked why his misdemeanor convictions had only become a problem decades later, he said, because of the new administration and their policies. Here, watch this.
I'm a legal resident green card holder. I have been since 1981.
Chris Landry has lived in New Hampshire since he was 3 years old. He has a partner, 5 children, and a job in manufacturing. He was stopped at the border in Holton, Maine on Sunday while returning from a family vacation to Canada.
They pulled me aside and started questioning me about my past convictions in New Hampshire.
3 hours later, the 46-year-old was told he couldn't come home despite having a green card and being a legal U.S. resident. He spoke to us from New Brunswick, Canada.
They denied me re-entry and said, don't come back or we will detain you. And the only way for me to get back in was to see an immigration judge.
In 2004 and 2007, Landry faced charges of marijuana possession and driving with a suspended license, but says he's had no criminal record since. He was given a suspended sentence and paid his fines.
So I never thought that would threaten my status as a resident of the United States.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection telling us in a statement, possessing a green card is a privilege, not a right, and under our nation's laws, our government has the authority to revoke a green card if our laws are broken and abused. Lawful permanent residents presenting at a U.S. port of entry with previous criminal convictions may be subject to mandatory detention and/or may be asked to provide additional documentation to be set up for an immigration hearing.
Just very uncertain for me right now. I might end up spending the rest of my life in Canada, and who knows if I'll ever even have the right to re-enter the United States at this point.
Landry, who lives in Peterborough, New Hampshire, was with 3 of his children when he was stopped at the border. The children will make their way home in the days ahead. Landry says he goes to Canada at least once a year and has never had a problem until now.
Why do you think this time it's a problem?
Because of the new administration and their new policies.
As a Canadian citizen, he couldn't vote for president, but he did support Donald Trump.
I was definitely, all for Make America Great Again and having a strong, unified country and you know, a bright future for my 5 American children. But now I feel a little differently.
And finally, I want to show you the Broward County, Florida Sheriff Gregory Toney. Take a look for yourself. And he goes, I ain't supporting what ICE is doing right now. I don't believe in us going after kids and people who are not criminals. I'm not going to use my police officers to do this. Here's what Broward County, Florida Sheriff Greg Toney says. Play it.
Some of the things that other sheriffs in this state has participated in increasing availability of manpower to execute some of these responsibilities that fall under immigrations, we are not. There has been a submittal of requests. The governor wanted to see all sheriffs participate in this one program, 287G, which was related to the inmate processing components, and we've always been in compliance with that. Then there was a pivot point to have deputies participate in 287G task force, whereas now it's the law enforcement apparatus that is out in the field and increasing the operational tempo for customs, meaning 20 deputies are assigned, let's say in Sarasota, to this particular task force. And those deputies are now basically operating under the will, or so the partnership of immigration. I've dedicated the 2 people that's always been there. I've not increased that. We have other priorities in this community that I'm focused on, and immigration is not one of them. Not to dismiss the importance of that, but we have had case after case just a few months ago to speak about why it's important for us as law enforcement practitioners to focus on the criminal components, not administrative components when it comes to immigration. I don't care what country you're from. If you commit a crime in this country or commit a crime in this county, I'm coming for you. But what I refuse to do is take this notion that we need to be knocking on doors or arresting children or going into daycare centers or restaurants and taking and snatching people off these streets who have been paying taxes and contributing to this society in some positive form, regardless if they're a U.S. citizen or not. It's not within our purview. It's not within our responsibility, and I won't participate in it. This is something that has alarmed this community repeatedly, and I've been crystal clear, and I have not wavered in my stance in the last 6 years.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think and hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.